Well, they had finally done it. After months of speculation, the outgoing regime has finally done it. And what I'm talking about is the notion of healthcare providers being allowed to have their own conscience guide what kind of services they provide. Now, I do applaud the effort pertaining to letting people decide for themselves what they do and not do. But what the outgoing regime has overlooked, and what I'm fearful that some people in addition may have overlooked, is that acting according to your own conscience does have consequences. And especially when you're in professional organizations, for example, within healthcare. We already live in a litigious society. Malpractice suits, or for that matter, have you been injured in an accident, calls it dui rucum and how. Well, it's dangerous for doctors, nurses, and hospitals because they're driven by one thing that pretty much saves them from a lot of malpractice, and that is the concept of informed consent. The patients have been told what the risks are, what the rewards are pertaining to their treatments. And this is where the conscious rule comes into a problem. What if, within your conscience, you withhold information? Or you say, well, you don't need to know that. You're not holding up your end of informed consent because you're not informing your client, the patient. And this is where I'm worried that those people who have a moral problem with various things and who exercise their conscious rights may get caught in the middle. Because on one side, the government says, hey, you're free to do this, but leaves them hanging out to dry if they get sued for malpractice. And so I worry about this. Maybe the better thing for consent would be, well, I don't provide those services, but I'll make a referral. Well, a lot of people who've been watching this have been all up in arms saying, it ain't going to happen. If they have that kind of a moral objection to this, that, and the other thing, or to who, or what, or how, they're probably not going to make a referral anyways. Again, they're breaking down informed consent. Because before a patient can consent to anything, they have to be informed as to what's going on. And so, whereas people do have the right to choose how they engage in their profession, their vocation, they do have to be aware of the costs associated with it, not only to their customers, but to their own livelihoods.